Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru. I'm sure, just like myself, you've probably asked yourself many a times, how do I grow my business? How do I go from where I am right now to where I want to be? And there's probably this gap because honestly, for every business owner, there's always this gap. We always want more clients. We always want our clients staying longer. We always want our clients talking about us more. We'd love people to be able to promote us more. Bottom line, we just want to grow our business. And I'm sure you've probably come to the same sort of conclusions. Like there are many different ways you grow your business. There's Facebook ads, there's SEO, there's pay-per-click, there's all these different sorts of channels, networking, radio, TV, referrals, sponsorships, the list goes on. But there's also not only I've got to get clients, but there's the part of I've got to keep clients. And how do I turn clients into ambassadors, into walking, talking, ranting, raving billboards? So the thing I want to touch on here, and the thing I want to be able to show you is how you can grow your business with absolute ease. See, it doesn't come down to what's the latest marketing tactic? What's the ninja sales script that I should be using? Should I be doing this or that? There is honestly so much noise. It's really difficult to go, where should I listen? Who should I listen? And I don't want you to, in essence, go, well, what Michael says is gospel and I've got to do it. But I want to share with you a whole bunch of things that hopefully will at least get you thinking differently. And as soon as you start thinking differently, you can start then going, okay, what's my strategy? What's my plan? What should I be doing next that best helps my business? That's what I want you to be able to take from watching this. So if we get over to the little workbench, as I call it, there to me are four big questions you've got to think about. If you're going to grow your business, this isn't about what tactic should I use or what channel should I use or what strategy should I use. There are four things in growing a business that you have to have a plan around. So the first thing is very much around how do you attract? Because if you aren't bringing qualified people into this pipeline of yours, then in the end, you can't get clients. So how do you attract people who have the pain point that you solve and are looking for a solution into your audience? The next thing that you've got to become great at doing is then how do I nurture? Because you've got now all these people who are in your audience, but unfortunately, not all of them are ready to buy from you right now. It'd be amazing if they were, but they're just simply not. In fact, we talk about how you've got red people, people who, hey, it's just not a priority. They've got the pain point, but it's just not a priority for them to get it fixed. You got yellow people. They've got the pain point, it's a priority, but they've got a couple of roadblocks, obstacles, things that are stopping them from actually using your business. And then you've got green people, people who have the pain point, it is a priority, and they want to be able to see if you are a fit to be able to help them solve that problem. So right now, you're watching this, you are yourself, a red person, a yellow person, a green person. You are one of those people. So there's one other type of person, and then you should never try to be attracting these people into your audience. But unfortunately, most people do, because most people are just so desperate to please anybody, become a lead for me, that they get the wrong people becoming leads. And that is a gray person. And a gray person doesn't have the pain point. Therefore, they don't have a need for what it is that you do. So we've got to have a way to attract. We've got to have a way to nurture. Then we've got to have a way to enroll. Now, I hate the word convert. I think for service professionals, it's not the right word. If you, and as I'll show you next, are so transaction process driven that it's about converting, you're not going to, well, hopefully, better way of putting it, I completely change your thinking over the next little bit to go from convert or sales to enroll. Because it's about enrolling clients for life. Doesn't mean that they might be your client for life, but they can always talk about you. They can always share you. They can always promote you. And when we change that mentality from convert to enroll, then we change our actions and the way that we do things. The last question is around delivery. How are you going to deliver that turns somebody into a walking, talking, ranting, raving billboard? I'm going to share with you the heart of our blueprint, which is all about activating extraordinary moments and how to activate extraordinary moments from top to bottom throughout your business. Because it can't just happen in the marketing phase. It can't just happen in the nurture phase. It can't just happen when you bring someone on as a client. It can't just happen when you work with them. It has to happen throughout your whole business. And that's what we call activating extraordinary moments. I'll get to that shortly. So I think this is really important because every single person really is at one of four stages in the way that they operate their business. And this itself is the reason why most people struggle to be able to grow a business consistently, month after month after month. Sure, you could use a tactic, you could use a latest script, but eventually it won't continue to work. And that eventually is usually probably within 30 to 60 days. So the people who sit down in what I call this red zone are very much focusing their business as a transaction. It is all transactional. So they have this sort of hunter way of thinking. It's about me, let me win. Where's my next sale? Where's my next kill? It's that hunter way of thinking. They tend to be more spammy in their approach. Right? They tend to simply go, I'm desperate. Let me just put out whatever I possibly can, and hopefully I get a bite. They tend to need to follow scripts and follow what other people are doing. Because again, it comes from desperation. To me, the people in this transactional zone, they really do go, business is hard. And the reason why business is hard is because they live in this fear zone. Where's my next client coming from? Where's my next sale coming from? Where's my next money coming into my bank account? Now, I get that. See, everything we do when we talk about, we have neuroscience, human marketing, brain chemicals, primal instincts involved. It's probably where our genius really lies. So sure, we're great at growing people's businesses, but we're great at growing people's businesses through human marketing, neuroscience, brain chemicals, and the way humans are hardwired. See, we understand humans' hardwiring to an absolute T. I can give somebody, go and do this, and I already know what the result's going to be before they even do it. Because as humans, we are all hardwired the same. And as much as we're unique, we still fall back on exactly the same survival mechanisms. And it's where we talk about the cortex brain and the limbic brain. I'm not going to get into a great deal of detail around that now. Plenty of other recordings and videos on that. But everything we want to do goes from the cortex, logical, analytical, boring brain to the limbic brain, which controls all human behavior, makes all decisions for us human beings, doesn't understand language, and is only feeling based. So the next level up from transactional level is what I would call process driven. And if I was to be honest, I reckon probably 95% of businesses that I come across are right now in this process driven zone. So they're constantly thinking, what's the outcome that I need? What are the boxes that I need to tick? How do I just simply go about, good, stepping stone 1, 2, 3, 4, tick, outcome achieved. They're very focused on value add. How do I add value to others? And that's not a bad thing. Like, it's really good that you want to add value to others. But it's a cortex brain activity. Somebody looks and they go, oh yeah, that's nice. And they do nothing about it. So if you've been adding value to lots and lots of people thinking, why on earth aren't people becoming clients? It's because you're tapping into the wrong part of the brain. They're also very content driven. They focus a lot on content creation. And again, great thing, but unless that's done with a magical limbic brain enchanter mindset, content's going to be boring and it's really not going to have the effect that you want it to have. So as we move up from being transactional, process driven, we now can get up into what I would call this leader-driven person, leader-driven business owner, where they focus on having this connection mindset. They focus on being able to have a complete marketing approach. It's not about what channel should I use? Should I do Facebook ads? Should I do organic? Should I do video? Should I do networking? Should I do referrals? Should I do ads? Should I? That's not marketing. Marketing is this overall 4 questions. How do I attract? How do I nurture? How do I enroll? How do I deliver? That is marketing. And unless you've got the overall marketing, you can run whatever channels you want. It will always be hard. Leader-driven people are very focused on relationship creation and creating relationships with people. In fact, you might be in that spot right now where you go, yeah, I do a good job of connection. I do a good job of relationships. But there's this whole nother level. You see, people here, they're going well, but they tend to say this to me. They tend to go, it takes time to build relationships. And honestly, rubbish. It doesn't. Humans have learned from when they were children how to build relationships with others literally within seconds. You could walk up to someone on the playground and be friends literally within a minute. You could just be shooting the basketball and a few more people come up to the court and all of a sudden you're playing a game together. You see, we know how to build relationships with people pretty much instantly. It's in our DNA. It's anchored to us. As we became adults, all of a sudden, we went away from that limbic brain and we got more into the cortex brain. We worried about everybody else, which forced us to become more cortex, logical, rational, analytical, processed. So this next level is what we call exponential. And that's where we love taking service professionals to. Getting out of transactional, process-driven, leader-driven up to this exponential level. It's where we have what I would call this enchanter mindset. It's about being a wizard. It's about how we make people feel. We have this brain chemical approach. See, someone will do absolutely anything with you, for you, when they feel a particular way towards you. And we just don't focus on that anywhere near enough. Rather than having relationship creation, we call it being heartfelt within our creation. You see, to me, this is a level of magical because it doesn't take time to build relationships. It's simply the moments that people remember when you made them feel a particular way. It doesn't take time to build relationships. It's the moments that people remember when you made them feel a particular way. So when most people come to us and they go, getting leads is hard, getting new clients is hard, Getting referrals is hard. Keeping clients is hard. Growing my business month on month on month is difficult. I find it difficult. And it's because they're more transactional process driven. To me, they're in what I would call the shallow part of the conversation, the tip of the iceberg, where they simply go, how do I get referrals? Or how do I get leads? Or what script should I be using? What's the process that I should be going through? Now, you might be in that spot right now yourself, and that's fine. The whole purpose of me doing this is hopefully to be able to just change your thinking a little bit, change the paradigm. When you change the paradigm, that's when you change the action. When you change the action, that's when you get a different result. Now, if you wanted to do the same thing that you've been doing for months, years, you wouldn't be watching this. So you already know that probably you've been operating at the tip of the iceberg, where it's simply about what referrals, how do I get referrals? How do I ask? How do I get leads? What is the right channel that I should be doing? You've been focusing more on how do I win with partnerships? And trust me, everyone wants to win. It's not a bad thing. But I want us to go from this shallow way of thinking to being far more profound. So underneath this tip of the iceberg, when you think, why does anybody do anything with you or for you? It's because they resonate with you, which then allows them to respect you, which then allows them to be inspired by you. You might have heard people say before, oh, it's just about people getting to know you, like you, trust you. Honestly, nothing shits me more than hearing that. I know so many people who I also like, who I also trust, and I don't do a thing for them. And you're probably in exactly the same boat. And in fact, you probably have a lot of people around you who know you, who like you, who trust you, but they don't promote your business. They don't buy your services. They don't share you. So it's so much deeper than just simply know, like, trust. And that's why someone to resonate with you, which in essence is know, like, trust, then they have the ability to respect you. If they don't respect you or what you do or how you are, then they definitely can't be inspired by you. And if they're not inspired by you, then nothing changes. It is just that simple. So how do you speed up those three things? Well, there are three key outcomes that we want to create: overwhelming trust, profound loyalty, and deep emotional bonds. But you know what? It's actually not even that. See, I truly believe that all service professionals deserve to be growing their business every single month. They deserve to be having a flood of qualified people wanting to be able to use their services. They should have a queue out the door. They should be oversubscribed. Their clients should be staying for longer. They should be loyal. Their clients should be walking, talking, ranting, raving billboards. And they should stand out above everyone else within their marketplace. But to be able to do that, in my world, it comes down to this. How do we activate extraordinary moments throughout our business? And when we activate extraordinary moments throughout our business, that's when referrals become really easy to be able to get. That's when your networks promote you, share you, open doors. That's where you get more partnership opportunities than what you think were possible. That's when clients shout from the rooftop about what you do and how you do it. That's when growing a business becomes so much easier. See, the thing that it really annoys me. Do a good job and they will refer. Rubbish. You're supposed to do a good job. That's what you get paid for. Another one I hear all the time. Just incentivize your clients. No, because if these things aren't happening, you can incentivize all you want. In fact, I had someone yesterday who potentially could have been a partner, and as soon as they said, and for every thing, we'll give you X%, I know, you just lost me. Because if that's how our relationship is to you, then you don't resonate, respect, or be inspired by me anyway. So I know the relationship will just fizzle out and die. You see, we've got to get away from this shallow way of thinking about lead generation, about getting clients, about referrals, about affiliates, about commissions, about partnerships. Like the majority of things that you see out there are such surface level stuff. Sure, it might work once. It might even work for 30, 60 days. But my challenge to you is become more profound. You see, standing out, being oversubscribed, having more clients than what you can deal with, being able to pick and choose who your clients are, happens when we activate extraordinary moments from top to bottom through the limbic system. So we've got this little blueprint that I'm just going to run through with you right now. Now, I've already got it drawn out to save some time, but I want you just to focus on the bits that I'm going through and sharing with you, because it's really easy to get overwhelmed by it because there's an awful lot on one page. But let's get into it. So the centerpiece of being able to transform your referrals, your client retention, your client loyalty, in fact, growing your business, is this activating extraordinary moments. That's the centerpiece. Because when we do that, what we do is we create this overwhelming trust, this profound loyalty, these deep emotional bonds with everyone around us. It's why I call it the heart of our blueprint. It's the heart of the limbic advantage. And this is what we help service professionals implement into their business. See, there are three key levers. The first lever is about how do we become more inspirational in our thinking, going from logical to heartfelt. The second lever is about how do we become more inspirational in our strategy, going from scattered to profound. And then the third lever is about how do we become more inspirational in our experiences, going from just, oh yeah, that's okay experience, to being truly magical. So there are 9 key accelerators that we focus in on. Transformational thinking, deepened connection, and chemicalized communication. They're the 3 accelerators that are linked to becoming more heartfelt within our thinking. Then we've got 3 more accelerators around inspirational strategy. How do we fill our pipeline? How do we nurture tactically? And how do we enroll like a master? Those 3 allow us to become profound in our strategy. Then the last 3 are around how do we become more magical with our experiences? How do we create deliberate feels? How do we elevate our systems that we're creating brain chemicals every single time that we interact with them? And how do we maximize impact so you don't have individual clients, you have a movement? Those 9 accelerators all have their own framework, their own matrix, their own toolkit for our clients to be able to put in place. Transformational thinking has the mindset matrix. Deepened connection has the powerful story frameworks. Chemicalized communication has the brain chemical toolbox. Filling your pipeline has the $1 million referral system. Tactical nurturing has the nurturing blueprint. Masterful Enrolling has the 30-day maximizer. Deliberate Feels has the client journey pathway. Elevating Your Systems has the 9-point systems revamp. And the contribution model helps us to be able to maximize impact. So there's a really clear blueprint that allows us to be able to go from transactional process driven all the way up to this level of being exponential. You see, when a business can take themselves up into this super green zone, that's when their business activates extraordinary moments and becomes more magical. You know yourself, any business that you can think of right now, why is it that they came to your mind like that? It's because of their experience. It's because of the moments they create with you. It's because of what they do, how they provide it, but most importantly, how they made you feel. And to be honest, that is the secret to growing a business. Sure, you might need various tactics and strategies, but if you don't get this right, nothing else matters because you'll always be substandard. We're on a mission to be able to help 1 million service providers every single year become more extraordinary than what they are today, to be able to stand out in their marketplace, to be able to simply create this ripple effect and contribution throughout society because people share who they are and what they do to others. If you feel like we can help you in some way, reach out. If you feel like there's something there that you just want to get more clarity around, simply reach out. And if you feel like it's time you activate extraordinary moments throughout your business to be able to grow the business consistently, to be able to take it to a different level, I look forward to speaking to you real soon. Till next time, take care, and I'll see you real soon. See you later all.